Hello, welcome to Ryan Michael Yoga. So today we're gonna have some real awesome hamstring stretches, and these are super powerful ways to open up the hips, open up the back, and open up, well, the legs. So I'd like you to have a block and a blanket and even a strap if you feel so inclined. I'm just grabbing my props so I can show you. This class is best paired with one of my other classes, which is standing poses. Let me fold this up. So, preferably a firm blanket, but my firm blanket is out in my car and I don't want to go get it, so. I like to do just kind of like this to create a high seat, but soft, you know. So we'll sit on that. Excuse me. I don't know why that's funny to me. So this seat is only needed if your hamstrings are really tight. The strap is only needed if you can't reach your foot. Although the strap is fun to play around with even if you can reach your foot, because it increases your reach. So if you are normally like this, you could barely touch your foot, it's so much better to have a strap, because then your shoulders can be down and back. Your front can be nice and extended, your back can be nice and extended, and you don't have to struggle. So please, if you can touch your foot but only barely, like you're really struggling to get there, then use a strap. If you can't at all, use a strap. Great. I'm glad we're on the same page. And then so if this is uncomfortable to sit like this, if you're feeling this in your hamstrings with the legs out long, use this block blanket setup. It's a big help. So now let's see. We're going to do, I'll just show you really quick, Janu Shirshasana with the legs like this, folding in. We're going to do, and all these are basically just variations of the same thing, but so I want you to do which ones you can and can't do, because some of them are a little funky. We're going to do Padma, Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. So half lotus, my foot is up in my hip crease, that fold. And then we'll do Triangu Mukta Padma, Triangu Mukta Kapada Paschimottanasana, yeah. Where one leg is back as though you're in Virasana, yeah. This is really awesome for the back of the hip here and the back of the hip on the other side. And then we have Marichyasana, one where we're wrapped and reaching forward. And this is really good for the side body, the side hip, and the side low back. So let's just start cross-legged and take a moment, sitting up nice and tall. And since we're kind of hopping into this, let's just take a few little bit of warm-up poses. So let's take the arms to heart center, or the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms up to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. One more each side. And fold over the legs. Coming back up. Take the palms out in front together, fingers facing away from you. Lift the collarbones. Oh, right. With an exhale, round the spine away from you, reach the fingers forward, opening up the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale to press the belly and the chest and the heart. Lift the collarbones forward, arms open. And exhale, arms together, palms together, round the spine backwards. Inhale, open the front of the body, open the arms. Exhale, hands together, round the spine. Seated cat-cow. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And bring the hands now to the knees. Yeah, I think that's good enough, don't you? Let's start with Janu Shirshasana. Head to knee pose. Right leg out long, left sole of the foot at the inner thigh. Turning the front body towards the leg so the sternum is facing directly the toes. You can take your strap and get it ready, or take your fingertips to the mat. Pull the shoulders back, opening the chest horizontally. And with your exhale, walk the hands forward, folding. Keeping the front of the body long and extended from the pubic bone all the way up to the base of the throat. And wherever you get to, keep that extension in the front of the body. We're going to keep that for a little bit before we actually fold into it. Grasping either your strap and pulling the shoulders back to really lift the collarbones, or grasping the foot and pulling the collarbones forward. We're aiming for a concave shape in the back. With one more inhale, extend the front body even more, and then exhale to fold over the leg. Breathing here and feeling the sensations of the back of the leg, the sensations of the back of the hip and the low back. Take as many breaths here as you like. But when you're ready, come back up. And throughout any of this, please feel free to pause and take more breaths in these poses. I just want to get us through them so that you know what you're doing. Let's do the other side. Left leg out, sole of the right foot in the inner thigh. Wrap your strap or fingertips to the mat. Inhale to broaden the collarbones, lift the heart, shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward, grasping the foot. Pull the shoulders back, lift the collarbones, extend the front of the body. Concave the spine and breathe. Roll the inner thigh down towards the ground. Soft compression of the thigh into the bone to press the back of the knee down towards the ground. One more inhale to extend the front of the body even further. And exhale to fold. Even in the folded position, feel the front of the body extended and long. Feel the space of the back of the left hip, the back of the left leg, and feel your breath moving like a wave through these areas. Staying as long as you need here, and coming up when you're ready, remembering to breathe. All right, back to the other side. For Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. Now, if we wanted to add a bind, it would be Ardha Padma Bandha Paschimottanasana. Jesus. Badha, not Bandha. Bandha is energetic lock. Badha is an N in energetic lock. You know, I'm getting off track. So the top of the left foot, the knee bends, and the top of the left foot comes into the hip crease of the right side. Rolling the right hip, the right thigh, inner right thigh down towards the ground so that the toes are nice and vertical, the shins nice and vertical, the knees vertical. Same thing as we did on the other side. Inhale and exhale to reach. Inhale to extend to the front of the body. And breathe here. One more breath, actually. Keep that inner thigh rolling down. With your exhale, fold. You may find this is much more difficult, much more intense. The foot presses into the thigh and presses into the hip to really keep it down, which creates much more extension. Feeling the space of the right hip, right where the head of the femur connects into the hip socket. And when you're ready, coming up, taking as long as you need here. Don't mind me, I'm just eating chocolate. Homemade cacao, actually. Let's go to the other side. Now remember what I said at the beginning. If you're feeling any slumpiness in the back, any intensity when you're seated like this, sit up on your block and blanket. Okay, now as we did on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale, extend long in the spine. Open the front of the body. With your exhale, fold in. The left inner thigh is rolling towards the ground. And your breathing. Feeling the space of the left hip now. When you're ready, again, taking as much time as you need. The longer you stay in these poses, the more you will relax. And the more you relax, the deeper you go. But when you're ready, coming back up, we'll move to the next pose. Okay. Triangle Mukta Kapada Paschimottanasana. I think I'm saying that right. Like 90% sure. Maybe 80% sure. So you bend the left knee and bring the leg back, toes facing back. You can take the calf muscle and move it out. The knees are close, but they don't have to be together. That just makes it more intense when you go down. I like about hip width distance for the knees. The right shin, toes, knee, front of the thigh all facing directly up. So keep that leg rolled in. Okay. So this is pretty intense. This pose is probably one of the more intense out of all of them. So you can either do it by grasping the hand, grasping the foot, but again, this is very intense on the leg. So sometimes if I'm not feeling it, I'll take one hand to the foot and the other hand to the ground on either side, or one hand to your strap, both hands to the strap. It's up to you. Just do what feels all right, make adjustments, vary the pose as you need. And if you ever have any questions, don't be afraid to comment. Okay, so coming to center. As we've done with the rest. Inhale. Exhale to reach. Inhale. Tall spine extended, concave shape in the back. Pressing the back of the thigh into the ground. Lifting the navel away from the hips. Creating space in the waist. With your exhale, fold forward. Breathing down into the belly, down into the pelvic floor. Inner thighs softly hug together. Shoulders away from ears. Extension in the front of the body. Relax. Breathe here. Take as many breaths as you need. But when you're ready, come up and we'll move to the other side. Checking the time, if you're wondering why I was staring past the camera. Maybe you're in your own little world right now, whatever. So, setting up as we did on the other side. Top of the right foot on the ground. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to reach. Grasp the foot or use your strap. Inhale to extend to the front of the body. Breathe here with your extension. Long spine. With your next exhale, fold. Keeping the extension in the front of the body, pressing the back of the thigh down, inner thighs towards one another. Breathing here. Taking as many breaths as you need. And then take that right leg back forward. Both legs out long in front. And we're going to skip Marichyasana because these three already have taken quite a bit of time and I don't want to make this go too long. So we're just going to do a short Paschimottanasana, which is both legs forward, and then Shavasana. So let's take the feet together. Whenever you do asymmetric, one side or the other, one side then the other folds, or just any asymmetry in the body should be balanced with symmetry. So now we're balancing with symmetry. So both legs are forward. You take your strap on your feet, or sit up nice and tall, shoulders back, collarbones broad horizontally. Exhale, folding forward to grasp the feet. Inhale to extend to the front of the body. And breathe here. Press down the backs of the thighs. Roll the insides of the thighs down, pressing the inner edges of the big toes into one another. Lift the navel up and away from the hips. Create space in the waist. Ribs away from waist, waist away from hips. With your next exhale, fold over the legs. Keeping the extension in the body and the spine. We're not reaching with our collarbones, we're reaching with our navel, our belly button, down towards the thighs. The more you can get your navel into your thighs, the better off you'll be, because you're doing more of a fold from the hips. And then as you feel ready and as you feel comfortable, then allow the chest to lower and allow the spine to roll in. The inner thighs still rolling down towards the ground, lifting the outer thighs up. Breathing here. Feel the sensations in the hip sockets, the backs of the hips, the backs of the legs and the low back. Breathe into all these places. Taking as many breaths as you need. And then coming back up. And when you're ready, lying on the back for Shavasana. Feel the body settling, making any final adjustments so you can be completely still. And then notice any sensations in the body. Dullness, pressure, tension, sharpness, anything, any sensations. Notice these sensations and continue to breathe deeply into the belly, the low back and the pelvic floor, and the space between the shoulder blades and the heart. So we're filling all of the low lobes of the lungs, the back body, the upper lobes of the lungs and the front body. Notice again any tension in the arms and legs, the front of the body and the back of the body. Every exhale, relax deeply. notice the mind, how it moves. Is it noisy? Talkative? Just notice it. Give it a little love. Could use it. And when you're ready, bring movement back in. Take a few deep breaths. And roll to one side. Eventually, making your way to a seat. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this practice. Namaste.